This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video for Monday, March the 19th. You know what happens late tonight, just after midnight, the beginning of astronomical spring, 12:14 a.m. local time. But hey, us weather people, we considered spring to open up back on March 1st, which is the beginning of meteorological spring. Let's look at some Skycam shots. We'll start with the Demopolis Skycam in Marengo County. Skies mostly sunny there. See a breeze out of the south with those flags out in front of the Civic Center. That's the Clanton Skycam, very similar sky in Chilton County. And over on the eastern side of the state, that's coming from Chehaw State Park, way up in the mountains. Some high clouds there, but still a pretty decent amount of sunshine getting through. Woo, buddy, look at the big cold trough in the west, warm ridge in the east. And you know there's issues in between those two features with storms. But we're in the warm air. Everybody there between 81 and 86 at mid-afternoon. Montgomery, the warm spot, they've got 86, and we'll stay in the 80s for the rest of this week as the warm air continues. Around the nation, what a contrast. Cold and snowy out west, warm, summer-like in the east. And we'll kind of keep an eye on things. And obviously, where the gradient is sharp over Texas, yes, severe weather could be a real issue. And not only that, very heavy rain. A flash flood watch up for a pretty good chunk of eastern Texas, up into parts of eastern Oklahoma, western Arkansas, western Missouri. Off to the west, we've still got some winter storm issues, including a blizzard warning for parts of Montana. And there's the convective outlook for the rest of today and tonight. A moderate risk of severe weather for parts of Texas, southeast Oklahoma. That includes Dallas-Fort Worth down toward the hill country. Have a 45% probability of damaging wind within 25 miles of a given point. That's a very high probability. And there's a peek at the radar. At 2:37, you can see a pretty nasty-looking line of storms approaching Dallas-Fort Worth. Weather Service beginning to post severe thunderstorm warnings out there, and we'll see if storms can develop out ahead of that line. And if they do, they could produce a tornado or two. So everybody in North Texas and Central Texas needs to pay attention to the weather. There's a tornado watch out there until 10 o'clock tonight. That includes Dallas, Fort Worth, Waco, Stephenville. It just misses Austin and San Antonio, but they'll probably shift that eastward with time. All right, tomorrow we got a standard slight risk of severe weather over eastern Texas, West Louisiana, up to about Fort Smith, Arkansas, Springfield, Missouri. And on day 3, no formal risks. Day 3 is Wednesday, just low-end probabilities over Louisiana. And boy, look at the rain numbers. Woo, boy, it's 10.6 inches on the Oklahoma-Arkansas border, valid through Saturday morning at 7 o'clock. That's why those flash flood watches are up out there. And in Alabama, the rain's probably going to be spotty. I don't think we're going to have a really good soaker, pollen wash type rain, although we'll have a few scattered showers late in the week. Let's take a look. This is the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You can see how the western trough is evolving into an upper low southwest of Lubbock, and the rain still stays west of here. This is suggesting showers and thunderstorms over eastern Texas, eastern Oklahoma. But again, around here, partly sunny with mid-80s. The GFS showing 86. Wednesday, just ever so slowly. Those storms creeping our way, but we stayed dry on Wednesday with low to mid-80s. Thursday, the upper low is just not moving. It's sitting over the southern plains, and this has got pretty decent axis of rain over the Mississippi Delta, much of the Magnolia State. But around here, chances, you might mention a small chance over West Alabama. And then finally, Friday, the upper low begins to slowly weaken and lift out. It's around Kansas City. And down below that, evidence of a few widely scattered showers, but really nothing beyond that. And then Saturday, as we kick off the weekend, same deal. There could be a few scattered showers around, maybe some thunder, but don't expect anything severe. And really nothing especially widespread. And highs probably stay close to 80, depending on the amount of sunshine we get there. And Sunday, everything's gone. Sunday looks dry, mostly sunny, a tad cooler, just a tad. Thickness values come down, supporting highs in the upper 70s. And Monday of next week, ridging, rebuilding west of the state. That looks dry as a bone, and the high Monday would be around 80 if this is right. We'll go out there 4 more days. Now, look, all of a sudden, look what we got here. Big trough developing over the east. Not really a, super amplitude type trough, but if that's right, that would wet us down and cool us down around the end of the month on March 30th. And the end of the forecast on April 4th. Always something weird happens almost every year, April 4th. Snow, tornadoes, something, floods. This is showing a ridge well to the west, a downstream trough, and evidence of cooler air. Look at the 540 line nosing down toward Nashville in Knoxville. And like we've been saying, don't be shocked if we have an April freeze or a frost event. That happens almost every year in the state, almost a given, especially when you get around toward Easter. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And don't forget to watch us on the television side, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless. The first thing you've got to understand, you cannot rely on an outdoor siren. You cannot hear those inside a home, a building, a church. It won't work. You've got to get something inside your house. That's a weather radio or maybe a smartphone app. We work with a company that's developed a wonderful weather radio app for Android phones and iPhones. It knows where you are, and if you're in a tornado warning polygon, you get the warning. And if you're not, you don't. It's an effective device, and it's a great way to be sure you get the warning.